For how long are you going to settle for low rate of returns while other value investors are making huge sums of money? What's keeping you back from seizing the opportunities? When you start investing, one of the major concerns you're going to have is how long will it take for you to double your money? But today, we bring you the rule of all rules, the rule of 72, which will help you to understand the doubling potential of your investments. Before we move on, make sure you press the like and subscribe button so that you don't miss out on anything related to financial freedom and passive income. Welcome to 5-Star Finance, the place where we teach you how to achieve financial freedom. The golden rule of 72 is a major concept that every investor should master in order to thrive in the future. Now you must be thinking that this concept should be reserved for an advanced math class. Surely not in investing, right? But what if we told you that this rule is going to change your perspective on stock market investing and how you strategize your portfolio? So let's dive right into it. What is the rule of 72? We can simply put that the rule of 72 is a mathematical formula that employs a fixed annual compound interest rate to estimate how fast an investment can double. All you have to do is simply take the 72 and divide it by the fixed annual compound interest rate, and that's it. The resulting answer will be the amount of years it is going to take for your investment to double. For example, if you're making an investment that yields a fixed annual interest rate of 8%, it is probably going to take you 9 years to double your money. You simply take 72 and divide it by 9. Easy, right? Similarly, if you're making a $1,000 investment in a bond that comes with an annual interest rate of 10%, it is going to take you 7.2 years for your money to double from $1,000 to $2,000. The main reason why some of the investors struggle to double their money over time is because they simply overlook this rule. They think that this rule is irrelevant and it would take something more than this rule to achieve their underlying goals. Most of them end up broke with financial stress all around them. You can clearly calculate the accuracy of the rule of 72 by comparing the numbers which you obtained by using this rule with the actual time it takes to double the money. Some facts to understand before applying the rule. This rule has some flaws which every value investor needs to understand before applying it to their investments. Firstly, it only works with the fixed annual interest rates. That also means if the interest rate falls, the more time it's going to take for your money to double. And the formula's accuracy rate declines as the interest rate moves above 8%. That is also the reason why many value investors prefer to use 69.3 rather than 72 to keep their calculations from any potential errors and inaccuracies. Here's a thing to be noticed, that even though the rule of 72 can be used to determine the amount of years for the doubling of money when the interest rates are from 4 to 15%, it has to be noted that the accuracies are greatest when the annual interest rate lies at somewhere close to 8%. It also means that for every 3 points the interest rate deviates from 8%, you should adjust 72 by 1 point in the relevant direction for guaranteed accuracy. Simple as that. For example, if you're making an investment where the compound interest rate being given to you is somewhere around 11%, then as the interest rate has moved up 3 points from 8%, that means the number will now be 73 instead of 72. For every 3 points of deviation in the compound interest rate, you need to make changes by 1 point in 72 in the relevant direction. Here's another example to clear out all the confusion. Let's just say that someone has made investments that are getting him the compound interest rate of 14%. You notice that 14 exceeds quite a lot from 8%. It has moved up 6 points up from 8%, which means that instead of using 72, now we need to use 74. Similar concept holds when the compound interest rate falls below 8%. If the interest rate is 5%, now you go in the negative direction and use 71 instead of 72. You can also calculate the rate of interest required to double the money. The interesting thing that comes while using and learning this rule is that now you can also calculate the rate of interest which you need to double your money. All you need to do is invert the formula. Instead of dividing 72 with the rate of interest, you can also divide 72 by the total number of years that are required for the doubling of your money. Using the first example, where you invested $1,000 in a standard government bond, we actually obtained that it will take 7.2 years for our money to double. Now, if we divide 72 with 7.2 years, we will get 10%, which is the required annual compound interest rate required for your money to double. Similarly, assuming that you want to double your money in the next 5 years, you will need an interest rate of 14.4% to achieve this goal. Now we realize that the rule of 72 actually is heavily dependent on the phenomena of continuous compounding, and it uses natural logarithms to determine the amount of time required to achieve specific goals of investment growth. What does compound interest actually mean? Ever seen a snowball rolling from the top of a mountain? The original snowball will be multiplied in size when it reaches the bottom. That also holds true for the compound interest. Compound interest also means that the original investment you make today will continuously grow over time. the more time you give your money to grow, the better will be the compounding. For example, if you've made an investment worth $1,000, then by the end of that year, due to the stable interest rate of 10%, that $1,000 is now converted into $1,100. The profit you've made will be simply reinvested, and by the time you realize how this happens, your money will have quadrupled. The earlier you get into compounding, the greater will be the profit gained. To put the long story short, the rule of 72 thrives on the assumption that all your annual dividends and capital gains are thrown back into the initial investments, which holds true according to a compound interest-focused reasoning. Why do financial tycoons love the rule of 72? The golden rule of 72 is an imminent and a fast rule to determine how long it will take for your money to double. By using this rule, investors can also find whether the investment is going to be productive or not. It is also the most accurate rate to determine the value of the compound interest rate that will push your gains to skyrocketing numbers over time. At this point, you probably figured out that high rate of returns can fast forward your progress and the number of years required to double your money in the rule of 72. And thinking about that, we made a free ebook for you to help achieve a higher rate of return by investing in the stock market. Grab a copy of the free ebook we provide in the comments section below and 5-star your finances. So what do you think about today's video? How do you think you can utilize the rule of 72 to its fullest? Let us know about your future investment goals in the comments section below. Subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss anything. Check out this video we handpicked for you, and we'll see you in the next one.